Big Slick here, and today's project is something different. This is a repair of one of these steering wheel video game controllers. This one's for a PlayStation made by Logitech. The complaint on it is that the right paddle switch was not reliably actuating or double actuating sometimes. So the best way to fix this is to actually replace the switch. Now, I did go ahead and soak and clean these, but I desoldered them off of the board. The problem with these original switches is, in my experience, is the springs start getting weaker and they don't reliably, on fast action, they don't reliably return, and you can get double actuations and things like that. It's not so much that the actual switches themselves get dirty. But I did go ahead and soak these for 24 hours in cleaner and clean them internally, but I don't expect this to solve the problem, which is why I'm just going to give this to my friend as a backup in case he ever decides that he wants to try the original ones. But what I did go ahead, and the hardest part of this repair was to find the original, or at least a exact replacement micro switch, because you had to have one, if you can see this, that has the small surface mount type legs that go in. If you have the standard lever micro switch like this, which is identical except it has the full distance legs, and even trying to grind them down, it really just doesn't work right. It becomes too fragile. You need ones that are properly made for this type of fit, and so these just go right onto the board as you see right there, and the other one will go over here this way, and they fit right in perfect. Solder them in. It's nice to have a desoldering gun in order to pull the originals off of the board, but you could do it with solder wick if you're so inclined. Disassembly of this unit is pretty easy. You have to take the 6 screws around this part out, and on the underneath here you will see a series of screws that go in from the bottom side up around this base right here, and I believe there are 6 up here in this section. If I pull the camera up here, you'll see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, and these come in from the bottom side, so you flip the whole unit over to take those out. So you take those out, you take the 6 screws that are right around the center area here of the steering wheel out, and this whole thing comes right off at this point. You also have to take off these 2 little blue, I guess these are buttons, I'm not sure, it's not my unit. You take those off too, and so it's easy access to get into this. And so I'll go ahead and solder the switches on here now, the brand new switches, and show you that. The circuit board comes out very easy also. There's just a series of small screws here that are holding this in. So I'm going to go ahead and solder these switches on and start the reassembly process. Back again, and the new switches are installed, and they have that nice new switch clicking action. So this should be as good as new again, and went ahead and cleaned all the flux off of the board. Can't even tell that it was ever replaced. Try to do some nice neat work here, and we'll go ahead and reassemble. Okay, the board is back in. Okay, so here it is all back together. Gave it a quick cleaning. The switches, they feel and sound good. And I tried all the buttons, everything's good to go now. So a simple repair. That the hardest thing was actually finding the correct micro switches that didn't require any modification and just popped straight onto the circuit board. There you go. Thanks a lot. Bye.